Hey, welcome back. I'm still with Fragile Wildflower. Let me make sure I get that right production, but this time this is a different series, right? Now explain to us what Kinfolk is.
So Kinfolk is a family dramedy about the Kincaid family. They are I think you're gonna love it. They are a prolific African-American family that is, featuring 4 actors that are the main leads. It comprises a brother named Jace Kincaid, and their father has an untimely death, so he becomes the patriarch of the family of his 3 sisters. Now, what's interesting with the family dynamic is that each of them have a different mother, the 4 children, which is very interesting. And we meet the older sister, who is more of a kept woman, the middle sister, who is a journalist, and the brother, Jace, is a lawyer, and then the younger sister is an activist. So it's just their pursuits that happen in the family. And of course, Jace is also married to Mandy's character, and his wife is conservative and is a Trump supporter.
Oh,
that seems to be a theme in all my things, except Gurlz.
You have some interesting stories, like
yeah, who also wants to adopt an African baby. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now, to the ladies right here, I know she just went on a big rant of what Kinfolk is, but when you hear about, what Kinfolk is about, and before even auditioning, like, what made you say, like, you know what, I want to be a part of this project, I love her vision, like, what was it,
I guess I'll start. I'm Ada. I play the youngest sister, Elise.
Okay.
And she's pretty much like the activist of the family. She has a zero tolerance for Jace's wife, and very much so is really out to see that she's representing at all times like her core beliefs. So she's never really caught slipping, always has something smart to say back. When I heard about this character, I was really inspired by, I guess, like, the current times. I mean, I was a freshman in high school when the Mike Brown incident happened, and I was, there on Fifth Avenue, from my dorm room watching people kind of march down the city streets, really kind of like with anger, you know what I mean? So I think with this kind of opportunity comes, along with comedy, comes an opportunity to kind of tell a really important narrative, and brings to the forefront discussions and conversations that might be harder to tell without that kind of, I guess, like, that way of speaking about it. You know what I'm saying? So something like this kind of show and this kind of opportunity that kind of brings to the forefront and brings to, I guess, like the screen, really important conversations. So that's what kind of drew me to the role.
I'm Jaleesa Capri, and I play Nadine, the oldest sister. And for me, like, I feel like we have so many untold stories, and like, they're important. And I actually, in my family, my mother, her brother and sister all had different fathers. And so, like, that is real family dynamics, you know what I mean? And for my character, she's living a life that on the outside looks super polished and looks like everything is great, but she has this inner turmoil, and I feel like we all have levels of that. And it's interesting to be able to, like, peel back the layers and explore, like, what is happening, what's going on, and how do you interact with other people when you have your own stuff going on? And how does it, how does that affect your family? And, so I was attracted to the role because I love good, meaty roles that, like, I can just, delve into and, like, really show the core of a person.
Right.
Hello, I'm Kiana Swindell, and I play the role of Renee. What drew me to wanting to take this role, one, I just love Courtni, and she's extremely creative. All of her series are totally different from the next, so I was just, excited to work with her. And 2, I like the dynamic of Renee. We have a little history here. Renee is actually the ex-girlfriend to Jace, her husband, here. So
we'll get messy on this thing. Okay.
Get a little messy. You'll see that unfold. But Renee, I think a lot of people can identify with Renee. She's a very soft, what's the word? Submissive type of woman. We all have that ex that, for whatever reason, still popping up in your life when they shouldn't be. But here we are. So I feel like there's a lot to relate to about Renee, and I can tell she's a person that growth is important to her, and just seeing how her story continues to unfold. So I'm excited for everyone to see that.
Hello, I'm Mandy, and as Courtney said, I play Megan, Jace's very conservative wife. For me, I think the interest in a project always starts with the writing. And I sort of read the breakdown, and I could tell that the relationships were there. And so when I went in, it's just, I think for me, it's always in the writing. And so I just read it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I can just tell that the relationships are going to be there, and the relationships for me also between like my character and Jace, and how we're sort of working on this relationship that is not just boyfriend-girlfriend, it's an actual marriage. And so trying to make that work within the dynamics of the family, and then you bring politics into it, and then you bring, there's this huge overlooming death, and he has to step into this role, and I have to support him, but I also have to make it work with the family. At the same time, we're trying to start our own family, so I just feel like, again, it's just the writing and the dynamics between all the characters was just so enticing for me, and I think that for me was just a big interest.
I make some noise for that, man. Loving this already. But Courtney, you know, as the producer, and also you have your producers, your other producers behind you as well. Is there anybody that you idolize, like in the media industry, when it comes to like filming or doing series?
Yeah, several people. I love Shonda Rhimes. I love. Oh, okay, so we all know who Shonda Rhimes is.
I don't.
Okay, so Grey's Anatomy, Scandal.
Oh, okay.
How to Get Away with Murder. So Shonda Rhimes is a big inspiration of mine. Donna Langley, she's the chairman of Universal. I think she just got promoted. Sarah Gamble is another person. There's a show called You on Netflix. She's a showrunner for there. I love Mindy Kaling. I love a lot of women who are making strides in the industry. Yeah. You said women in power? Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I love women in power. But those are like the people, the women in the industry who are making strides, writing, directing, and producing. Those are my idols. Yeah.
All right, cool. Make some noise for them one good time. Now we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, we have Gurlz that's coming up. We got the cast of Gurlz that's gonna be coming up real soon. So don't go nowhere, and we'll be right back.
Great job.